Hello, Chief Architect people. This is my free symbols series. I'm going to be giving away some really good stuff today for the bathroom, and this ties into another playlist I've got on my channel, and that's focusing on bathrooms. So let's just get into it. This symbol right here, I created this symbol to closely relate to a symbol that's currently on the market from West Elm, and it's a gorgeous vanity, but I will say that this is no longer a cabinet symbol. This is actually a fixture. It needs to be brought into your plan. You have to have a custom countertop with it, and then cut holes in your countertop for your sink. So let's just explain how this all works. I'm going to explode this architectural block, which is how you're going to be able to download the symbol. It's a full block assembly, and it's going to come with the side globes, which is Chief Architect's native globe in their core catalogs. It comes with a couple of Kohler brand sinks from their manufacturer catalogs, and and a couple of their faucets from their manufacturer catalogs as well. And then on top of that, we've got a couple of mirrors I created in likeness to a few current West Elm offerings. And then last but not least, this bottom piece right here, and I'll explain what I mean. This is no longer a cabinet. If we open this guy up, you can see that this is just a piece of furniture. And so it's dumb in that it doesn't have operable doors and drawers. You can't open this up the same way you would with cabinets. So there it is, piece of furniture. The only trick to this is getting sinks to place in your countertop, in your custom countertop, and I'll explain what I mean here. I'll actually give an example of what I mean here. If you want to change these sinks out from what I have in this architectural block, say I want to change this to say a square sink like this Catherine from Kohler, I have to place this. Because this isn't a lower cabinet, it's going to come up with this this question here. Symbol you're trying to place was not designed to be placed on top of a base. It was designed to be placed on top of a base cabinet. I'm going to say yes anyways. It's going to place it to the side over here. And then I just want to get it in location of this countertop. Let me just center on something that's, in this, this guy right here. And I'll just show you what I mean by centering on. Let's see if we can grab the other direction. There we go. And so Chief, if this symbol is placed correctly, a lot of times won't cut the cabinet the way you want it to. And so what you have to do is you have to go in here, select this counter, and in your active toolbar, grab this create hole tool. And I'm just going to drag it anywhere on the countertop, and it's going to give me this warning: 2 holes in this countertop intersect each other or are superimposed. Say yes, and now I get to delete that I just drew, that hole. And now the countertop has cut that hole in for that new sink symbol. Now this sink needs to be modified. It needs to be raised 3/4 of an inch, so I can go into this transform replicate object, or I can go into my open symbol designation and add 3/4 of an inch here, and it's going to raise that up. And that's just because the countertop I've chosen to use is a 3/4 inch countertop, and these symbols are meant to cut down on 1.5 inches. So let me just delete this, and I'm going to get back to placing this same guy here. Now you see what happened is that hole remains. We're going to go through this whole process again, and this is just also you can change the sink in this countertop if you'd like to. So I'm going to copy paste, reflect about center. Let's get center off of this, or I could have gone center off this fixture here. Same thing, I'm going to select this countertop and create hole. It's a little bit of a glitch, but it's not that cumbersome once you know what the problem is and how to solve it. So there you go. That's this guy right here. It's going to come with all these fixtures, and you're going to be able to download that in the description of this video. Let's move on to another one I've got here. Offering number 2. This guy, now the only catch to this guy, one is it's going to be an architectural block, and it has light fixtures that are ceiling mount pendants. And so the issue with this is, as an architectural block, it's going to cut, because it's got a cabinet in place, I believe, it's going to cut this molding at the top here. So all I need to do is in my active toolbar, explode architectural block, and that should stop cutting that molding there. There we go. So the next part about this one is that this particular symbol has a couple of funny little features. This mirror I've created actually hangs from the ceiling off of a chain. And so I want to grab this chain and I want to extend it to the ceiling. And so I'm going to grab this little link right here, and we're going to see it. You know, what height is this length? Well, it's 15/16 of an inch. And so if I'm going to take a guess, we're going to say I want to replicate this object. And just in case you didn't see that, what I just did there, I've got this link selected right now. And in my active toolbar, I'm going to do a multiple copy. And then I'm going to hit this guy right here, which is the, the offset or distribution for that copy. And I'm going to change this to, let's try it at 3/4. I actually haven't gone through and done this yet. And so at 3/4, if I drag this guy straight up, let's see if the linking looks correct. Yeah, that looks perfect. So at 3/4 of an inch, you can adjust that chain. So this chain link by itself is actually an incredible piece to have. And so that's going to be in this vanity, and it also has a little hook there. You can place the hook at the top, maybe one more link at the top as well. So we've got this mirror here, comes with a Kohler sink and I think a Kohler faucet. It's got a couple of these symbols that are based in the core library. It's using a couple of handles based in the core library, and then it's just got, these are actually cabinet symbols that can be modified as well. And of course it's going to come with should come with all these material files intact as well. I might just zip these symbols up as a full package just in case the material files don't come through. So, and if you're not unfamiliar, this is my testing room. This is where I test materials and fixtures and symbols I've created. Let's just update this view right here. So the last part of this video, you'll get this mirror and you'll get this light fixture I've created. I'm not sure that this light fixture is perfect. It might need some modification, but the last part of this is that let's just get rid of this guy right here. I'm going to place just any old cabinet symbol. It looks like I defaulted to something similar. So this particular guy, I can make this, let's just say you dropped in your default base cabinet in here, and it's not so elaborate as this particular cabinet. I'm using the style palette tool, and I'm going to upload quite a few of these actually. So for my 3-drawer 60-inch, this just applies to 60-inch. Now, I made them 60-inch, and they're going to make any cabinet that you've got here be a 60-inch cabinet. And you'll see right now, I'm clicking on this style palette, beaded inset with slab doors. Excuse me, with slab drawers. And the nice part about this is if you right click on this in your library, if you're going to import it into your library, we right click it, we go open object. And if I go to the properties here, properties tab, I can go through and deselect some of the things that this is carrying over. So if we don't want a 60-inch cabinet, we just want the style of this cabinet, or we just want the color of this cabinet, you can deselect these things, resave it to your library, make a duplicate copy if you want. But for the purpose of this, I made it so that every one of these modified a 60-inch cabinet. That's not one we're going to use. There we go. So this next cabinet here is from Goodwood, a local company in the Bay Area. Anyways, they do sawn maple, full overlay slab doors and drawers. Fantastic company. We've got another local company called Scott Bell Cabinetry, and they've got a couple different particular door styles that they like to use, and particular vanity styles that they like to use. We're looking at one of their oak cabinets, also one of their painted cabinets, and you can see that these style palettes will even bring in moldings like the edge profiles on the countertops, also the countertop materials. Other than that, we've got a few different shaker styles. This is a shaker overlay cabinet, doors and drawers being shaker. We've got a shaker inset cabinet with slab drawers, and then we've got a full slab overlay cabinet. So these are particularly useful for creating vanities on the fly, really quick vanities, these 3-drawer vanities. You can build these out for multiple different purposes, but other than that, please enjoy these videos. I've got more symbols to come, and please hit the subscribe button.